itsy weetsy tad of the story. So I thought of the idea of how Arlo Hartman met the crew and how they became a crew. So for one second thought, I better put up the rules and the warning though. Warning. There are some violence and school harassments. Student fights. Strong language. Don't worry, I'm using the made-up ones. Blood warning. After the rise of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie. If you're a bully from school, you are not allowed to watch this. If you're a student who is either getting bullied or seeing someone getting bullied, feel free to say the exact same words Arlo's gonna say. I mean, if you want to. On one cold, rainy day, a young boy with darkish light green eyes, black pants, red shoes, a red shirt, and dark brown hair with blue highlights just moved to New York City all the way from Michigan. He had 2 older siblings who always looked after him. Just like Arlo from The Good Dinosaur, the young boy with blue highlights also lost his father before the young boy reached to his teenage years. It was 2021, and the year of 2021 was almost over. You're probably wondering how the young boy became a leader to his crew and how he met the whole crew. It was December 1st, 2021. It was the young boy's first day of school. There's only one problem. He was too busy jamming to his favorite song, Monster, by Olivia Olson. His name is Arlo Hartman, and it started on a very heartwarming friendship. I know we'll never grow old together, 'cause you'll never grow old to me. You're the pink in my cheeks and I'm scared, 'cause that means I'm a little bit soft. But don't beat yourself up, Bonnie. It wasn't just the sun that I was hiding from. We were messed up kids who taught ourselves how to live, and I'm still scared that I'm not good enough. I always felt like a monster, long before I was bit, but only seen as a monster. Let's just say I'm used to it. And I grew tough, 'cause love had only hurt me back. But loving you's a good problem to have, and I'm used to that. But I could get used to this. Yeah, I'm used to that, but I could get used to this. Bro, you gotta be kidding me! Just as Arlo stood up from his desk, he walked up to the door and opened it. It was his older brother, Buck. Hey, man. Didn't mean to interrupt you, but Libby just told me to come get... He noticed his baby brother blushing and sweating. You okay, man? Yeah, why wouldn't I be? Buck crossed his arms and gave Arlo a huge, serious look on his face. Uh-huh. Anyway, Mom told me to come get you. You don't want to be late for school, man. Arlo freaked out. Holy crap, I'm gonna be late! Arlo grabbed his backpack and shoved his big brother out of the way. Dude, I didn't mean to... No time to talk, Buck! I'm gonna be late for school! Buck leaned on the door and covered his face with his hand for stressing out his little brother. Mom's gonna kill me, he muttered to himself. On the way to the bus, Arlo almost forgot to give his mom a goodbye kiss before running to the bus. Have a great day at school, honey. Thanks, Mom. Hartman loved his mom so much, and he didn't want anything to happen to her after losing his father. Arlo rushed inside to the bus and sat in one of the back seats. Just then, he saw a girl with blonde hair, pink highlights, different colored eyes, and a pink coat, but just as Arlo was about to get on his phone, he noticed the girl's skin was showing, and he realized she was out of dress code. Just then, Hartman got a text from his older brother, Buck. It said, Hey man, I'm sorry for stressing you out more. I forgot how stressed you get when I ask you stressful questions. Arlo replied to his text. It said, Nah, you're fine, man. I didn't mean to shove you out of the way. Buck then replied, Nah, it's cool. I deserved it. You doing okay in the bus, little buddy? Arlo replied to his brother, Not exactly. There was this girl with a pink coat on. She was out of dress code. Buck then replied in shock, Dang! Does she have any idea it was cold outside? Arlo then replied, I don't think she cares. The girl in dress code sat in the other back seat, right behind Arlo. The girl in dress code knew what was happening. She decided to read Arlo and Buck's text. Buck replied to his brother, Maybe you should talk to her about it. Arlo then replied in shock, What? No! Now, what if she gets sassy with me? Just talk to her, man, Buck replied. The girl out of dress code got mad and decided to tap on Arlo's shoulder to get his attention. Excuse me? Arlo looked at the girl after hearing her voice. He wasn't expecting that. Why are you snitching on me? The girl looked ticked off, wanting answers from Arlo. What are you talking about? Hartman said, hiding his text. I know what you're up to, the girl said in an angry tone. Arlo gasped, hiding his phone in his pocket. Were you reading my text? The girl rolled his eyes, glaring at Arlo. Duh, are you deaf? Arlo kept quiet for a moment. The girl calmed down and looked at him. She calmly asked the new kid a question. Who was that boy you were talking to? My brother. Hartman replied. The girl asked him another question. What's your brother's name? Arlo looked at the girl and explained. It's Buck. Buck Hartman. The girl just realized something. Oh, like the older brother from The Good Dinosaur. Arlo was puzzled. What the furpaws are you talking about? The Good Dinosaur. Your brother has the same name as Arlo's brother from The Good Dinosaur. My older brother Sean has seen it 1,000,000 times. Arlo was even more puzzled. How did you know my name? The girl realized another fact. Oh, you're that boy my friends were telling me about. Arlo, from Michigan, right? Yeah, we moved all the way from Michigan. Oh, let me introduce myself. I'm Ashlyn. Ashlyn Bridget White. But my friends call me Ashley. I'm Arlo. Arlo Hartman. But my friends call me Ari. But you can call me Arlo. Ashley and Arlo shook hands. That's how Arlo and Ashley met, by the way. Just then, when the bus stopped, Ashley and Arlo got off the bus and walked all the way to high school together. White showed Hartman everything in the high school, including the cafeterias and all. Just then, when they were walking around in the hallways, Arlo saw a black girl with a green coat, a yellow skirt, black leggings, yellow shoes, and red glasses. Arlo stared at her for a moment and tapped on Ashley's shoulder to get her attention. Hey, Ashley, who is that girl? Ashley looked at Arlo and looked back at the black girl. Oh, her? That's April. April O'Neil. Arlo got confused. Huh? April O'Neil. She's that girl who does live stream and all kinds of stuff. She does a bunch of vlogs and stuff. We've known each other since 2nd grade. Oh. Arlo looked back at April O'Neil and looked back at Ashley. When the bell rang, Ashley and Arlo got to class. A few hours later, Arlo and Ashley got out of class after the bell rang, but things started going bizarre in the hallway. Arlo saw a boy with a white beanie on his head, brown hair, white glasses, and a bandana, and he was being picked on by a bunch of boys. There was actually, there was actually 4 boys picking on him. Arlo looked at Ashley and looked back at the boy who was getting picked on by the boys. but he didn't know what else to do. So he barged right in and stood right behind the boy and defended him and said, "Hey, why don't you pick on someone your own size?" The boy smirked at Arlo. "Like you?" "Me?" Arlo pushed the bully to the ground, causing everyone else to see everything while April O'Neil was recording it. "You mess with other kids? You're gonna have to mess with me first." Just as Arlo was about to smack him, the boy blocked his face with fear. Arlo smirked and said, "You're such a coward." The bully pleaded him. "Please, please, I didn't mean to pick on him. Please, you don't have to say all that stuff, please." Arlo grabbed him by the shirt and started to get even more scarier while April O'Neil was recording the whole thing. "I'm not supposed to do this." Ever hear a phrase called "every bully gets a bully"? You're one of them, man, so I'm gonna take over. Shh. Arlo shushed, stopping the bully's stuttering. "You're a big guy. You like to kick butts. You like to pick on kids in the playground scrap. But if you go near that kid again, I'll know. And I will find you, mister, and it won't be like a bunch of kids in a playground scrap. Or a bunch of kids in a basketball course. I will pull bones out of your body, and I will sharpen them, and I will use them to stab one of your folks over there." One of the bullies asked him, "What did I do?" "Shut up, or I'll fill it with that man's feet." Arlo looked back at the bully, grabbing him by the shirt tightly. "You got all that? You got it? The bones?" The bully nodded, stuttering over and over, until he felt a huge leak running through his pants. "Good. You peeing right now?" The bully nodded, while the others saw the bully peeing himself. "You're a real streamer." Arlo patted the bully on the shoulder. "Now go in the bathroom, clean yourself up, and be the change you want to be. Okay?" The bully nodded, getting the heck out of here. Arlo stood up, glaring at the boys, and saw April recording everything. Man, I hate those butt heads. Arlo looked at the boy who was completely shaking, covering his face with his arms, and covering his face with his beanie. The boy with the white beanie was so scared that he never got picked on before. Arlo kneeled down to the boy and extended a hand to give him his hand, as he asked him, "Are you okay?" The boy with the white beanie replied to him, giving Arlo his hand. "Yeah." Arlo helped the boy get up. Arlo then replied to him, "Those guys were jerks, weren't they?" The boy with the white beanie nodded. Arlo then looked at him again. "Hey, don't let those jerks go near you, okay?" The boy with the white beanie nodded at him. "Thank you for saving me." The boy blushed. He wasn't blushing, he was just shy. Arlo looked at the boy. "No prob. I'm Arlo Hartman. What's your name, kid?" The boy with the white beanie replied, "My name's Carl. Carlitos Bradshaw." Carl gave Arlo his hand again as they shook hands. That's how Arlo met Carl, by the way. Ashley knew Carl before Arlo moved all the way to New York City from Michigan. A few hours later, it was lunchtime. Arlo grabbed his tray and didn't know where to sit. Ashley waved her hand, letting him know that he can sit with her and Carl. Arlo walked up to Ashley and Carl, but he may have sat next to another girl with a red highlight on her bangs, a black cap, and some cool clothes, and some maroon eyes. The girl looked at him. Marcia, this is Arlo Hartman. Arlo just moved here from Michigan. Arlo, this is Marcia. Marcia Rodriguez. She just moved here from San Antonio. Marcia waved at him, stuttering a little. Hi. What's up, dude? Arlo waved at her back, stuttering a little as well. Hey. Nice to meet you. Carl blurted out to Marcia. Guess what, Marcia? Arlo just saved my life. Marcia was pleased to know about it. Oh, you did you? How many lives have you been saving? Oh, I've been saving one, actually. I know how to deal with bullies, Arlo said. Marcia, Ashley, and Carl smiled, and they wanted more answers. So Arlo explained everything to all three of them. Just then, another girl sat next to them. She had a purple shirt with a white stripe around it, and she was black, just like April. Hey guys, who's that with you? This is Arlo Hartman, said Marcia. He just moved here from Michigan. Arlo waved at the black girl, stuttering a bit. Hey, you moved here as well? Nah, I lived in New York my whole life. My name's Olivia. What's your name, kid? We already told you. This is Arlo, said Ashley. Olivia grinned at the new kid, shaking his hand. Nice to meet ya. So, by the way, where are you from? Michigan. I just moved here from Michigan, all the way to New York City. I've never been into New York before, but I was wondering if I've been showing him around in school. Ashley said, cutting Arlo short. And by the way, you guys knew him first, did you? Oh, actually, I introduced him to April, said Ashley. But before explaining Marcia everything. Marcia knew what happened. I know everything. But just then, Arlo looked at the two of the girls and the boy with the white beanie on his head. Arlo realized that he made some friends. He felt like a popular person in the cafeteria. Arlo then turned to Olivia. Hey, Liv, I didn't quite get your last name. He said. Olivia replied to him. It's Garcia. Olivia Garcia. Arlo was surprised. Ashley leaned over to Arlo and said with a sarcastic tone, Olivia is actually older than all of us, so feel free to be careful. Olivia playfully glared at Ashley and playfully pushed her. Ashley? Girl, you little snitchy bomb? Arlo was confused, wanting to know what snitchy bomb means. Olivia, what does snitchy bomb mean? Olivia looked at Arlo with a smirk on her face, knowing that she'll explain everything. A snitchy bomb is a person who can tell on people or snitch on people. My dad uses that all the time. Oh, I have to tell you something. It's really cool. Arlo, Marcia, Carl, and Ashley listened carefully. My dad is actually a policeman. He just got hired to that job way back in August. Isn't that cool? He's been telling Mom everything about his days. Arlo was surprised hearing about Olivia's dad being as a policeman. But Arlo then grew sad, knowing that Olivia, Ashley, Carl, and Marcia all had dads except for him. That Carl tapped on his shoulder to get his attention. You alright, dude? Arlo looked at Carl and said, "Yeah, I'm fine." Olivia knew that he wasn't okay. Alright, buddy, you can fool us all you want, but you can't fool us. We know you're not okay, bud. Arlo began to have a slight smile on his face, with tears building in his eyes. Yeah, maybe I'm a little bit bit stressed and all, but the thing is, I don't really, my dad's not really around anymore. Ashley, Carl, and Marcia gasped in horror, while Olivia placed a hand on Arlo's shoulder, feeling bad for him. What happened to him? Now, Arlo was uncomfortable with saying the D word and the P word, since his dad, Arlo then placed both of his hands on each of his arms. Olivia may be the oldest, so she has a huge heart for every student in school. So she reminded Marcia, Ashley, and Carl, "Hey guys, maybe something happened to his dad, so we should probably not mention it. He's uncomfortable with it right now." Arlo was a little shocked at first, knowing that Olivia knows his feelings and knowing how he feels. Just then, a girl with black hair, with a brown highlight and some pink highlights on her bangs, with like greenish blue eyes or something, and a bluish greenish coat with a pink shirt, red jeans, and red shoes. She completely snuck behind him, and for one reason, she can sneak up behind everybody. She's the only kid who can sound a lot like Erica from Captain Underpants. Does someone have a sad soul, I hear, or scent? Arlo flinched and screamed, letting out a huge shriek, and looked at the girl with black and brown hair with pink highlights. "Oh my gosh, you scared me!" "Natara, we told you not to do that!" Ashley said, glaring at Natara. Natara giggled and sat down next to Olivia. "Natara, this is our new friend Arlo. Arlo, this is our creepy friend Natara. She likes to sneak up behind people," Ashley said with a sassy tone. "It's a pleasure to meet you, dear soul," Natara said with a little evil grin. Arlo was a little freaked out and clinged on to Olivia's arm, knowing who he would trust more. Olivia hugged him close and reminded Natara, I don't think you should scare him or creep him out. Natara, who was completely the girl who was like Lucy Loud or Erica, who can actually scare people to death, like Wednesday Addams. I apologize for the freaking out. Ashley banged on the table with a loud noise. Why in the same devil would you scare him like that? He's the new kid. You should respect that. That's freaking horrible. Olivia covered Arlo's ears, reminding Ashley to watch her language. Ashley, could you please say it a little nicer? Ashley looked at Olivia and looked back at Arlo, knowing that he's the new kid in school, and looked back at Natara. I'm sorry for the foul language, but Natara, you should not scare the new kid like that. And Arlo, I think you'll be the leader of our crew. In shock, Arlo knew that he's finally friends with all 5 people. He liked being the leader, and he loved being around his new best friends. He now realized that being the new kid in school is pretty tough. But when he makes new friends, everything will be okay. That is how Arlo became friends with the crew. And now, he called it Arlo and the Crew.